Hey, this is Dale Calvert. Congratulations. A wise person investigates what a fool takes for granted. And if you're watching this video, then myself or probably someone on our team has shared with you the unbelievable potential with the Collect Direct opportunity. And one of the first questions that business minded people ask is, well, what's going to happen if this guy's been collecting for 40 years? What's going to happen when he runs out? Or is he just creating this company just to move out his junk? Is what some people are thinking. And of course, we've all heard one man's junk is another man's treasure. But regardless, I'm going to answer that for you. I'm going to give you some, I believe, proof why that's not the case. And again, I just appreciate the fact that you take the time to ask intelligent questions. So let me just work through and just show you a couple of things real quickly. It's been guesstimated, rumored that he has about $2.5 billion in inventory. And you can go to the Collect Direct corporate site and see a tour of one of the warehouses. Uh, I am a collector, have been for years. We operate a company called CMG Sports Card Investments. And my brother and I had a card shop back in the late 90s. So I'm a little bit familiar with this market. And when I really started looking at this company and the story behind it, I'm thinking if this is true, there will never be anything like this ever again because it took somebody that's been collecting for 40 years to be able to pull something like this off. Plus the fact that Mr. Jordan Dave uh, also owned a network marketing company for 7 years, very successful company. So he's familiar with running the ins and outs of a successful network marketing company. But who in the world would have ever thought about uh, putting together a a network marketing team with our network marketing company where the product is collectibles? And once you get to know Dave, you realize that's been his passion his whole life. He made over $1 million selling sports cards by the time he was 20. He had a card shop as well. He's owned a network marketing company, but his real passion is collecting and collectibles. So I had to go out to South Dakota, Sioux Falls myself, and see it for my own with my own eyes, and I did. This is just one of the warehouses. You can see just boxes and boxes, and these are huge, huge warehouses, absolutely packed to the gills with every type of collectible you can think about. And again, more sports cards than you can even imagine. Uh, Barbie dolls, Hot Wheels cars, Matchbox cars, beer can collections. He has over 2 million comic books. 2 million comic books. Um, and again, just on and on and on. Pokemon cards, figurines, Star Wars, Star Trek, NASCAR, and the list goes on and on and on. I told my wife when I got back from Sioux Falls, I said, I want you to imagine the largest private collection of collectibles that you can imagine. Now multiply that times 10. That's what I just saw. I went into one little 8x8 locked up vault room that he had. And again, I was looking at uh, a plastic boxes that hold 100 cards. And I saw on top was a Walter Payton rookie card that's worth about $3,000. And and I said, that's Walter Payton. And he said, not just on top. He said the whole box. And he opened it up and he went through it, and it was 100 Walter Payton rookie cards with $3,000 a card times 100. You're talking about $300,000 worth of cards. And as I started looking around, he had boxes full of every major player you can think of, their rookie cards in that vault room. It was just a little small 8x8 room, binders of early baseball, hockey, football. And he said, Dale, in this room alone, this little room right here, I guesstimate there's about $50 million in sports cards. So the guy really has the inventory. I've seen it with my own eyes. I was out there. Here's just we had dinner, myself and David and his wife Joyce, out in Sioux Falls. But the question is, what happens if he runs out? And here's what people need to understand. Dave's been doing this forever, and people know if you have a collection to sell, call Dave Jordan, because he's not going to piecemeal it out and say, well, and cherry pick it. He's not going to say, I'll take this one and I'll take this one, and I know this one is valuable. He buys the whole collection, and he buys it right at pennies on the dollar. Because when people are wanting to liquidate, maybe their mother or their brother or their father collected, and they have no interest and they want to liquidate the collection, he's the guy that people call. And it's in his blood. So he's not just trying to liquidate what he's got. He's buying every day. And actually, when I was out there, this semi truck pulled up, and you can see the skids here. There was 18 skids of huge boxes. You can see large boxes, 18 skids, and the entire semi, every box, when we opened it and looked at them, was full of Legos. Legos are a huge collectible, and he bought the entire collection, and it came in when I was there. So if he was trying common sense, if he was trying to liquidate his collection, would he have just bought a semi truck full of Legos? And the truth is, he's buying all the time. He just bought a half a truck full of 45 records and albums, and he's buying all the time, and he will continue to buy. And the thing about it, he's been buying for 40 years, and I know the card market. And there's some LeBron James, there's some basketball cards that Michael Jordan, obviously, that have appreciated not just 10, 100, some have appreciated 1,000% since he first bought them. So we're starting this company debt free with $2.5 billion guesstimated in collectibles. Now think about that. Most network marketing companies, if you can do, average 200,000 a year, or average 200 million a year in sales for your first 10 years, I mean, you're cooking, you're doing phenomenal. And so that would be what, 2 billion in 10 years. We got 2.5 billion right now to start with, guesstimate, and he's buying all the time. So he's not planning on just liquidating his stock. He's here for the long term. This has been his dream. It's been his baby from day one. So I appreciate the question. I had the question, but I had to go to South Dakota, Sioux Falls, and see it for myself because it was just too hard to really wrap your mind around anybody having that many Beanie Babies, comic books, sports cards, Star Wars, and on and on and on. If you've been involved in this profession, before I even knew about Collect Direct months ago, almost a year ago now, I came to the conclusion, and this is going to upset a few of you, but if you'll just stay with me, because I sincerely believe, and again, I did a podcast about this, that all consumable network marketing products are dead, gone, over with. And I know a lot of you watching this, you probably have a product that you love. It changed your life. Or you have a skincare that you've never used any skincare like this before. And I understand that. And let's assume whatever your consumable that you're marking, that it is the number one top product in the world. Let's just assume that. Here's what's happened in the last 15, 20 years. The market, the people outside of the network marketing box, people outside of the box have heard it 1,000 times from 1,000 different companies. The best skincare, the best vitamin, the best nutritional product, on and on and on. And quite frankly, it's true. They don't want to hear about it anymore. They're tired of hearing about it. They've tried 7 different essential oils. They've tried 5 different CBD products. They've tried every weight loss product that every network marketing company has ever come out with. They're tired of hearing about it. That's the truth. The market is burnt out. And as long as your customers are inside your network marketing box and your only customers are those that are part of your team and you're not getting outside of your box, your upside potential is limited. So the thing that changed my career years ago was when I read in Success Magazine, if people want what you're selling, you'll get rich. And, at the time I was marketing products and services that people needed, but they really didn't want it. And see, I've seen the whole nutrition thing come full circle. When I started my career in 1980, 20-year-old snot-nosed kid, I was in the nutrition industry with the largest nutrition company in the world, the Shackley Corporation. But you go into a grocery store back then, and there might be a one a day or a bottle of Theragram M, but that's all. And it would be on the bottom shelf of the grocery store. And if you were going to buy it, you'd have to dust it off because it's been sitting there so long. Now, I can go into those same grocery stores today, and they have complete health food sections and aisles and aisles of vitamins and protein powders and everything you can think of. But it wasn't always that way. So, again, nutrition hit a huge uptick trend, but it's over at this point, especially as it relates to network marketing, because you've got competition everywhere you look in every grocery store across the country. So this really changed my life again. And I want you to think about this because I've added to this quote. If people want what you're selling and they don't have it, they don't have it. They've never had it. They don't have it and they've never had it. You'll get rich. And a great example of that is if somebody doesn't have a 1989 Upper Deck King Griffey Jr. rookie card and they're a baseball card collector, that's a card that virtually every collector wants to add to their collection. And I hope you're starting to feel what I'm saying here, because this is the difference. What do all collectors want to do? What do all collectors want to do? Add to their collection. And if you just stop and wrap your mind around that concept, every day we have people from every network marketing company out there that a lot of them for 5, 10, 15 years have been going into the marketplace trying to convince people to what? Change brands. They don't want to change brands with their multivitamin. They've been buying their multivitamin for women at GNC for the last 7 years. They love it. They don't want to change, and they're upset with you for even considering or asking them to change. They don't care that your product has a money back guarantee. They don't care that your product is cheaper. They don't care how many scientific results are around your product. They like what they like. They don't want to change brands. And if you're going into the market and trying to convince people to stop using the consumable products that they've chosen and that they love and change and try yours, it's offensive. They don't want to hear about it. You go into the market and you talk to a collector that collects comic books or sports cards or Beanie Babies or Star Wars statues, and you say, have you heard of Collect Direct? No, I haven't. What's that? It's the largest private collection of collectibles in the world. Here's a website. Go check it out. And pretty soon here's a $5 gift card, and just give it to them on their phone that they can scan a QR code. Go check it out. See if you find anything that you would like to add to your collection. You guys see the difference. If you have that paradigm shift, you can get wealthy. And people are having it every single day. So again, I hope that answers your question. I believe Dave will be collecting from now. It's in his blood. He's never going to stop buying. He loves to buy. He understands this market at a level of beyond anybody I've ever talked to in my life. He can talk intelligently and give you the numbers on virtually every collectible in the market. It's his passion. It's his real passion, his collection. He likes network marketing. He's built a team. And to be able to marry these two things, network marketing business model with collectors, a commodity, only he could do it. And it is real. It's going to be huge. My goal personally is to help 10 people become millionaires here and 500 six-figure earners. And I sincerely believe that can happen. So I hope this answered your question. Please get back with the person that shared this with you. No, he's not just dumping his collection. Yes, he's continually buying, and he understands that he's got to keep his inventories high. And he has people out there bird dogging collections for him right now. Down the road, there'll be a program that if you're a distributor and you find the collection for him that he buys, there'll be commissions paid on the initial purchase of those collections. And I cannot tell you how many people have told me, my uncle passed away and my aunt has a garage full of whatever. You think he might have an interest. So he will have buyers that will go out and make a cash offer. If they like it, they'll load it up, take it to South Dakota, get it sorted, organized, and maybe put it in a warehouse for 10 years before we ever see it on our website. Every person will have a website just like eBay where people can go in and find the collectibles that they can add to their collection. This is going to be huge. Again, I could go on and on and on. I'll shut up, get back with the person that shared this with you. I hope that answers your question. I look forward to shaking your hand in the near future.